Hello everybody, my name is Caden and this is my first YouTube video on this channel, Caden MCFC1 Football. So, if you could, and if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and even turn on notifications so you never miss an upload when I do upload. I also have another channel that is going to be Caden MCFC1 Wrestling that I'm going to be uploading on later with Journey of Wrestling, which is a wrestling game which is more about managerial and booking like your dream matches and stuff like that. So hopefully these videos will be out within like a day or two. So hopefully you enjoy, whether you like football, whether you like wrestling, and let's get started. So we are Aston Villa here, and our first game is up against Newcastle, and we're at Villa Park. And for this episode, we're just going to go through our transfer history, which is all the transfers we've made, on outgoings and incomings, and then we're going to do a live com on the Newcastle game, and then that's it for this first episode. So for our signings, we signed Carazor as a backup CDM because we have made the sale of Youri Tielemans to Al Hilal for £60 million. We had a few teams that were interested in him, and he couldn't really fit into my team as a starter. As a backup he would have, but he wants to be an important player and I just couldn't promise him that, so I decided to cash in on him and get in a backup with Carazor. Then I noticed with the setup we're playing with 4-2-2, we're playing two strikers. We don't have a backup striker, so I just thought we'd go Josh Sargent. Always a decent player on this game because of his finishing, because of his acceleration, his pace, his stamina and his strength. So it's always a key player. Good work rate as well, quite aggressive. And when we go through the tactic, you'll know why I want aggressive players in it, but people who also can make good decisions, because we do tackle harder on everyone and get stuck in on every player. So other than the sale of Youri Tielemans, we've just loaned out people and sold a couple of like youngsters that weren't really going to break in. So all of our business comes from Jamal Jamoy Alaba. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but he's gone in instalments to Sunderland. He looks like an okay player, but it's just never. I just don't think he's going to break into our team, to be perfectly honest. Then the next sale was Roy Wilson. We've loaned him out to Wimbledon just to get him some game time. A striker with 15 finishing, which that's like the main like attribute you need as a striker, but I don't know if he's ever going to break in. That's why I've sent him out on loan. 19 years old, could be a backup in the future. Then we've got Caden Young, sent on loan to Cardiff. Could be one that we use in the future on this left wing and right wing, because we're not playing the 4-2-2 with cams, we're playing it with wings, but I'm not sure if he will. And then Travis Patterson with, is that a sale or we're selling Travis Patterson to Bristol City, who he's gone loan to Chesterfield. Same with the other two. I just don't think he'd ever break in, and just to get a little bit of money for him is good. I think the players that we've sold, Travis Patterson and Jamal Alaba, I think they've both got buyback clauses of like 15 million, 17 million, so we could buy them back in the future, but I doubt it. We've got Ronnie Hollingshed, who we've loaned him out to Barrow, and then Lino Sousa, who we've loaned out to MK Dons just to try and get him some game time. I think the one player that we might use in the future is Yamar Mosquera. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but he could develop into a good player, but for now we're loaning him out just to see if he can get there. And then our final actually signing is Keisuke Osako from Hiroshima. I thought the goalkeepers we've got at the club, Emiliano Martinez is 31, and I think we have another keeper who's like 34. Just thought get a younger keeper in. We've got him for cheap, 1.5 million, and he actually looks okay. Some good attributes for a goalkeeper: kicking, handling, one-on-ones, punching, reflexes, all strong suits, aerial reach, and that's just what you need when you've got a goalkeeper, whether it's a backup or a starter. Right now it says he's a leading Sky Bet Championship player and could improve, but I think hopefully he can be a good enough backup for us if Martinez was to get injured. And I think it's a strong window. We've got 3 players in for £30 million, and we sold 1 player for £60 million that would have only made our dressing room upset for not getting game time. So when we come to the selection and the tactic, we're going to go both. I've gone for a 4-2-2. My main one actually has Kamara up in centre midfield, but because we're against a tougher side, I am going to drop Kamara into this DM, and maybe later on we can switch to this version if we need goals. But I think it could work. We've got everyone on we've got the team instruction get stuck in, and everyone on tackle harder. I just feel like aggressive play. I'm not sure if it's like works the same, but in FM24 it was overpowered. I've not really changed like my style when it comes to tactics from FM24 to FM26. So when it comes to the wingers, we have them crossing from the byline. We have them just like roaming about really. I don't have many instructions on them other than byline, roaming from position and making more runs. They're the only instructions I've really got on Marlon and Rogers on these wings. Morgan Rogers is obviously going to be a key player for us. Watkins and Gesand. Gesand is wanted by a lot of clubs on loan. Well, he was. He's only wanted by one now. It was about 7 that was interested in him. But I think he's going to be actually a key player here. Good finishing, first touch, acceleration, pace and stamina, which is key because we have them pressing more often. Good work rate. And for a striker, I don't think you can ask for much more. Again, like I was mentioning for Josh Sargent, Ollie Watkins, you can't really ask for more as well for him. Acceleration, pace, stamina, finishing, all really good. Even his heading's great. So, I think for most of the first part of the season, we will be sticking with this team, the starting 11, with Martinez in net, Matty Cash at right back, Conser and Torres as centre backs, Ian Matsine, Boubacar Kamara and Onana in CDMs, Daniel Marlin on the right hand side, Morgan Rogers on the left hand side, Ollie Watkins and Gesand up top. Other than that, I think we'd rotate when we've got fixtures like back and forth that are more important, and if we've got an injury or suspension. But for the start of the season, you're probably expecting to see this team start every time. So I think there's nothing more yet to do but jump straight into it at the minute. And then that'll be it for the first episode, and hopefully it's released within today or tomorrow. I am going to put Osaka onto the goalkeeping position, see how he does if we need him. I want to bring Carazor onto the bench as well. I am going to put him on for Luca Digne because his fitness is struggling a bit. And I think that's it for the bench. Andres Garcia as a right back could be an option. I think we'll bring Harvey Elliott out. I just don't have plans for Harvey Elliott, and I don't think I'm going to extend his stay. So I am going to put Andres Garcia there. And then other than that, I think that's just going to be the first starting lineup and the bench for this game. And hopefully we can start off with a win. Oh, I'm not sure if I put Kamara back into DM, but I can change it straight in. Because he's got no added instructions, really, anyway. Let's have a look. I'm going to be positive going into the game. Okay, I moved him back into DM, that's fine. Okay, here we go. My shouts during this also are going to be encourage, praise, and demand more, but mainly praise and encourage, because I think they're my two, like the two I've been going for most of the time as FM. In this FM, in previous FMs it was just demand more and praise, and in FM23 it was fire up. Like, that was the best one. I don't think shouts play too much of a big role in the game, however, so we're not going to be focusing on them. As soon as I see it pop up, I'm just going to click on it and use it. Highlight here, we have Emiliano Martinez giving it to Pau Torres. Esri Konsa sends it wide to Marlon. Marlon cuts it back for Matty Cash. He gives it Amadou Onana. Kamara gives it Maxine. Rogers. Ollie Watkins with the goal. It's a great start for us. 13 minutes in. We are at Villa Park, so I am expecting a win. Even though Newcastle are pretty decent in the game and in real life. I mean, they haven't been up to par in real life, but they've still got a good team. It's back with Newcastle with Botman. Shah gives it Bruno Guimaraes into Kieran Trippier. Ball is crossed, but it's saved by Martinez. The highlight is continuing with Konsa. Cash loses it. It's Lobotka to Walter Marder, and it's 1-1 just like that. Unfortunately, pretty much within a couple of minutes after we scored. It's with Esri Konsa. I don't like the booting him up. I have told him to be playing shorter passes, but it's obviously not working. Guimaraes with this shot, but it's blocked. It's given to Marlon out on this right hand side. It's doing really well to drive down the wing, but he's tackled by Lewis Hall. Newcastle were looking to start a counter attack there, but the highlight goes away. Cash now with gives it Onana back to Cash. Ramsey clears it. It's going to be Walter Marder who got Newcastle's first goal, giving it to Joe Linton. Jacob Ramsey back to Joe Linton. Walter Marder with a couple of 1-2s there. It's Lewis Hall into Lobotka. What a goal! I think he got the goal and the assist. I can't even be mad at that. That is an impressive goal. I've just skipped it. I'm sorry if you wanted to see a replay on that. But it was a great goal. I usually just skip goals, so I'm going to try and not do that. But if I do it, I can only apologise. Bruno Guimaraes with this shot, but it's missed. Yeah, I can only apologise if you want to see the replay and I click skip just because that's what I normally do. I'll obviously try and keep it minimal when I do it. Morgan Rogers, Ollie Watkins gets us a goal back, and it's quite an eventful first game so far in the first half an hour. 2-2. Watkins with a brace. Lobotka with 2 goal contributions already. This is his debut game, I'm assuming. He might have played in a friendly or something. Watkins is brought down nastily by Lobotka, speaking of. And he is going to get a booking. And Watkins, hopefully it's nothing serious. Yeah, it's fine. It's a good win back by Cash. Martinez is good to hold on to it there. He's about to go out to play. Pau Torres gives it Morgan Rogers. Boubacar Kamara. Ollie Watkins. Morgan Rogers. Back and forth with Ollie Watkins. Here is Morgan Rogers. Yeah, Maxine ball in. Watkins tries to get his hat trick, but it just goes over the bar. Newcastle win it back, and it's another ball over the top, but it's dealt with well by Konsa. Torres boots it up to Morgan Rogers. He cuts it across and Ollie Watkins gets his hat-trick. And it's a 5-goal thriller in the first 40 minutes. And we take the lead. Eventful first half. And hopefully we can keep this advantage going into the second half, if we can keep it this way, or even bag another highlight just before half time. Cash, Marlon, guess and Daniel Marlon saved by Nick Pope. If you have any suggestions as well, because I've only been playing PC for a little bit when it comes to FM, because I've been a console player. If there's anything that I'm doing wrong, anything that you don't like, anything that you'd recommend, just let me know and I'll look to improve. But I think if we hold on another 15 seconds, we're going to half time with the lead. Gordon cuts it back for Ramsey. Lobotka, Hall just saved, and it's going to be a corner kick. A last minute attempt in the second half. It's Trippier, it's cleared away by Torres, Gordon, Jolinton, and Lewis Hall gets it, but it's blown for half time. It's been an eventful first half, I will say that. A little bit disappointed we've conceded 2 at Villa Park, but I'm very glad that we've scored 3. That's a good sign. Things are going well, but I know we're capable of better, I'm going to say. And then I don't think I'm going to make a half-time substitution. Usually I do. Whenever this goes to half, I usually make the substitution, but there's not in half. I'm pretty happy with our performances so far. Cash could be doing better and Marlon could be doing better. But other than that, I think it's been a great first half, and we'll just see how the next half goes. Might make a couple of substitutions later on, maybe bringing on a couple of our new signings along the way. But we'll have to see. I don't think Watkins will be coming off unless he's really tired, because he's had a phenomenal game. Okay, time for the second half. It's 3-2. Cash wins it back. Konsa. A couple of 1-2s here between the players, and Marlon loses it. We win it back with Konsa. Watkins gives it out wide to Daniel Marlon. Back to Gesand, and it's 4-2. For Aston Villa here, and that's just how you want to start in the second half. Just short of 3 minutes in, and we've just got a great goal. The timing, the shooting, Pope probably should have done better, but you can't take away from the goal. It's great. So far, so good. The XG is really in our favour, despite both teams getting 2+ goals. Villa are actually doing really well in real life, and I want to kind of replicate that and hopefully take it to the next level. They're in a sort of title race at the moment with my favourite team, Manchester City, and with Arsenal. You can probably tell that City's my favourite team given my username. It's Marlon. Great defending by Newcastle, but we win it back, and it's with Torres, Onana, Konsa, Matty Cash, Daniel Marlon, back to Cash, Amadou Onana, Cash, Daniel Marlon, Cash. I feel like I'm repeating myself way too much here. Cash fouls Barnes, and it's going to be a free kick for Newcastle, and the highlight is going to continue with Dan Burn giving it to Sven Botman, Fabian Schär, Lewis Myler, Johan Whistle, back to Myler, Harvey Barnes. I thought that was a goal then. Okay, I think we're going to make a couple of substitutions now. We're in the 65th minute. We'll let this highlight go out of play or let it end, and then we'll make the substitutions. I'm sorry if I sound a bit ill as well. I have got a bit of a cold. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Hopefully it shouldn't affect your viewership too much if you are still watching at this point. It's a good attack here, and Watkins is through, and he's nearly got his 4th there. I think this is where we make substitutions now. We are... Oh, I clicked encourage by accident. They're not going to like that. Oh, no. I think we bring on Carazana. I think that's the first sub. I think I've definitely said that wrong then. I want to leave Rodgers on because he's on a 10, but I don't want him to get too tired. Who can come on for him? I do not like Sancho, but I know he's decent on the game. Wendy is alright. I think McGinn wants regular starter, so I think we will give him a few minutes here. I think we will sub Josh Sargent on just to give him some time to try and impress us as a backup striker. I'll just tell him to go have fun without pressure. There's not really any pressure on them other than to keep the lead. Yeah, Watkins wasn't really happy with that feedback I said a minute ago. Everyone else is actually taking it better than I thought he would. I did encourage him when I really probably should have praised him. Anthony Gordon gives it Bruno Guimaraes. It's cleared by Pau Torres. Marlon gives it Josh Sargent. Ollie Watkins sends it wide to John McGinn. Cuts it back to Kamara. Watkins, Marlon saved by Pope. Newcastle still probably got a chance here, but hopefully we can hold on or even get more in this. I'll praise him. Cash, Kamara, Marlon, Carazor. To be honest, I do this every time where I sign players where I struggle to pronounce the names, and I'm sorry if I don't pronounce any names wrong or any names that you think are pronounced differently, because sometimes it annoys me when someone pronounces a name that is different to what I think it is. So I do understand. Kieran Trippier. Wolves are 2-1 up against there. In this, I think we beat them 4-0 in real life. Harvey Barnes almost gets the goal, but it just goes wide. And if anyone's wondering why I actually picked Aston Villa for the save, because it's my first episode, my first video, my first episode, first series of if it does well, I'll probably make it into a little a series. If it doesn't do well for my first video, then it might only be a couple of episodes on it. But I don't know yet. I've not decided. But I chose Villa because I know most of the players, and I thought I'd have some fun with it because it's a team in the Premier League. Hopefully, I can take them to the next level. It's a little bit of a challenge because I don't think I've done Villa yet. And that might be a bit surprising. I've done Villa in an unemployed save, where I started unemployed, but not I've not took them over at the start of the game yet. So this is why I've chosen Villa. I mean, we are in the 94th minute. It's 4-3, and there's only 3 minutes added time, and that is full time. And a first win, a good win at that. Hopefully there's more to come. We have conceded quite a bit, but we've also scored more. So well done, that was a good win for us. It's a great result. So the league table sits us as 4th in the table after the first game of the season. I think that's a great, impressive start. However, if we do want to do well like Villa are in real life, we've got to concede less. Scoring that many is fantastic, obviously, and I'm really glad that we have scored that many, but defensively we need to be a little bit more solid. And I did go for the more defensive option with the tactic as well, so that was a little bit surprising. So that's going to be the end of this first episode. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'm assuming you did if you stuck around. If not, then this just might not be for you. But I think it's gone quite well for this first start of the season. The transfers have gone well. I think where that game, although there were issues, I think it was good, and I think I'm not going to comment on the tactic yet because I very rarely do 4-2-2, so I have no idea if it's going to do any well. But hopefully it works. So that is it for this episode. Thank you and goodbye.